Hello, welcome to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. My name is Claire Hill, self-belief and business coach and founder of the Vivid Business Club. You know who I am. Before I continue with this very juicy and rather kick you up the bum with a cuddle episode, can you just check that you follow and subscribe to the podcast? It really does make such a difference. Both me and Hannah, my assistant who edits the podcast for me, we both really love it and really celebrate when we get in more followers. It means so much to us. And if you have got a little bit of extra time, a little worded review on Apple Podcasts, I went and looked today, because I have found a new podcast that I am loving. And I think it's really important to always share if you love a podcast. Doesn't matter how big that person's following is or anything like that. I think it's really important to say to any creator, I love your stuff. Obviously, if you love it, if you don't like it, then don't say anything. If you can't say anything kind, don't say anything at all. But I'm really loving the podcast. So have told her, like, I love your podcast, and I will tell anybody, like Jill Stanton, who was on the podcast. I saw her do a masterclass in some Amy Porterfield training, and I messaged her just saying, I think you're absolutely awesome. You've made me feel like I could fly to Mars. I love you. Like, I think you're just fantastic. She just like random. She's bloody Amy Porterfield's best mate. Same with Stu McLaren. And then I had Jill on the podcast, and now Stu McLaren's like, I'm in his mastermind. So, you know what I mean? And he come on the podcast. So I think it's really important to show gratitude, especially with podcasts, because it's all free. I'll tell you what, this one's going to shake you up a bit, upside down and sideways. Ooh. But yeah, go and see if you haven't subscribed and follow, it just makes such a difference. So, let's get into this one. This one is about how now. This is like, I'm going to just add a bit of a caveat to this, because I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs. Like, I know that you know already that if you double your productivity, you're going to get to where you want to go faster. You're not silly, are you? Like, come on. If you double your productivity, oh, by the way, if you're listening to this on Monday the 8th of July, the masterclass, my free masterclass that is only 25 minutes, that is going to teach you how to double your productivity in 7 days, is tonight. If you're my time zone. If not, it's in the evening. No, it's not. Hold on. Yeah, it's in the afternoon. So if you're in America, Australia, now it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you. New Zealand, you'll be all right. But get involved. It's free, completely free. 25 minutes learning easy and speedy. I'm just going to say that bit again. Easy and speedy tools to double your productivity in 7 days. And this is for you if you're a mum. This is for you if you run an online business. This is for you if you've got ADHD or you think you've got ADHD. I've built it for you. Never, ever will you say the words, I can't be productive because I have ADHD, ever again. As long as we have discipline, I'm going to teach you about that as well. But I want you to, obviously, you know that being productive is key to you to getting to where you want to go faster. And I get that because I know what you want. I know that you want to get to where you're going to go, and you want to get there as quickly as possible. And sometimes it feels like it's never going to happen because it's not happening as quickly as you want it to happen, right? Now, this is where the caveat is, because I'm not going to beat around the bush. When we think about what is really stopping you from getting to where you want to go, I'm going to hands up, I suppose, is it admit? I'm just going to call you out. The reason you're not getting to where you want to go in the time frame that you want to get there is because of you. Spicy. And the reason why it's spicy is because don't we all love a reason why we're not getting to where we're going to go to like blame on somebody else? Like, let's use all our excuses. I'm afraid not, my love, like it is. It's you. Oh, I'm just, Taylor Swift just sung in my head. I'm the problem, it's me. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, babe. So if you're not getting, if you feel like it's never gonna happen for you, your dreams, your business success, those high figure months, that's because of you. Ugh, so spicy. I was talking to a client the other day and I was like, I wish it could be easier. I wish I could tell you that you're going to get to where you want to go, skipping and a hopping to the sound of music with rainbows flying out your ass, but it doesn't happen like that. It really doesn't. Like, you have to become a warrior. To become a warrior, you got to fight the battles, and most of those battles are with yourself. And this is why I'm recording this episode, because if you're hesitating in signing up to that masterclass, that's because you are getting in your way. You're choosing not to take an easy option. It is actually easier in the long run to learn something new and implement it. And I'm going to teach you in a really empowering way. I'm not going to mess up. Like, I am a really, really good teacher. And actually, recently, I've really stepped back into that because I've been graded outstanding by Ofsted. I used to teach 14-year-old boys algebra on the last lesson on a Friday afternoon. And you're telling me I can't teach you how to be productive? Like, come on, mate. Like, I know, and I am going to blow my own trumpet. I'm one of the best teachers in this online space because not only, I am never going to advocate people getting loads of qualifications ever, because I feel like a lot of people get loads of qualifications to validate their self-worth. That is not the case, right? I got my qualifications, and especially my master's degree, because I didn't feel very worthy. You don't have to do that. I've done it all for you. I'm going to, like, all of that, that transfer of skills, my ability to teach, my ability to support you to be the best version of yourself, comes from all of that 20 odd years of experience doing what I do. And part of that, a big part of that, was me teaching people difficult things, breaking it down into really simple stuff so that they could implement it, and building their resilience up so that they could keep going. And that's why I'm so good at this. And I see, and I'm not calling anybody out on this, but I see some people, big people, by the way, big names, teaching in a way that is not going to be as inclusive as it could be. My teaching is inclusive. It will hit all of those neurodivergent needs that you might have or you think you have, or the fact that your brain is full to the brim because you're a mum running a business with God knows how much on your plate. Like, we can feel like we may have ADHD because at the moment, I'm not saying you haven't got it, but at the moment it's very present in the media about ADHD. But actually sometimes those factors of sensory overload and overwhelm and feeling scattered and unfocused is actually just because you're overloaded, not because you're overwhelmed. Because actually, if you had a like stuff on your plate that a normal human being can actually cope with, not cope, I bloody hate that word, but like actually, I'm sitting here now thinking, how many times have you written a to-do list and you've put 25 hours of stuff into, you think you can actually complete 25 hours of work in 5 hours while the kids are at school? Like, come on, babe. And then you beat yourself up about it. So this is why I'm rewriting this whole thing, because it's really starting to piss me off when I see absolutely fantastic, magical women in this online space beating themselves up because it keeps them safe. Like, that is why you're beating yourself up. I'm not having it anymore. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to be like, come on, my darling, there's another way. And I'm going to teach you that way. There is another way that you can see your business, your life, your productivity, your efficiency, your self-belief, your self-doubt. You don't have to change that much. You just have to have a bit of discipline. That's all. That's all I'm asking for. I want you to choose what you want most instead of what you want right now. And basically, that's it. So if you're sitting there thinking, Monday night, oh, I'm just probably going to be tired, I won't bother. Honestly, I'm probably the most energized person you'll ever meet. My energy is contagious and my enthusiasm is contagious. Come along. It's going to be like I'm injecting actual energy into your bloodstream. Come on, come get involved. Anyway, I'm going to get back onto my train. But you want to get to where you want to go. And I know why, because you want to prove to all of those people who might have put you down, didn't think you were enough, or maybe even members of your family. Usually it's members of your family. It is in my case. Someone's ringing me. Who's ringing me? I don't know who's ringing me. I always get a bit worried when people, I get scared when people ring me and I have to answer the phone, but it's distracting me. Stop. Straight away, this is where my trauma impact has happened. I will look at that phone thinking there's something that's happened. There's an emergency. It's probably some cold caller, but I'm like, oh, somebody's ringing me. Anyway, right, I'm sorry for that little divergent. Divergent. It's not divergent. What's the word? Diverge. Diversion. He was shouting. It's diversion, you idiot. Yeah, I got a master's degree. So you do. You want to do this, and you've got your why. You want the freedom for your family. You want to do it to show those people that have overlooked you, didn't think you were worth much. Just want to prove to everybody that I'm made of something more than you thought I was, and I knew it the whole time. So always remember this conversation with this boy that I used to go to. He's a man now, but he was a boy at the time. Boy that I used to go to school with. And we were in the pub. He'd come back from his first term at university. I think it was the Christmas, actually. So what was I, 19? And I'd gone to university with very big dreams of being a business owner, running my own supported housing accommodation for people with learning disabilities. And I wouldn't say that that's off the table. I'll probably go down more homeless adults now and do that with my husband in the future, or he can do it and, we'll invest into it from this business. But I remember speaking to him because I'd gone off, got a health services management degree, was loving it, had big dreams, loving the fact that I wasn't living at home anymore. But we all went back for Christmas, and he said, "So Vid," that's my nickname. That's why everything's Vivid, by the way. Vid, what are you going to do with your life? What's your job going to be? And I said, very, very seriously, I'm going to be a millionaire. And he laughed in my face and said, oh, people like you don't become millionaires. Oh my God, I can still see the whole setup. The memory is so vivid. Now, he was a bit of a cock back then. He's actually warmed and sort of settled down and is not such an arrogant bastard anymore. I tell you what, if anyone ever says to me, if I say, what do you want to do? What's your dream? And someone says, I want to be a millionaire, I'll be like, oh, really? How are you going to do that? Tell me all your plans. What are your big dreams? What are your ideas? I'll be so excited if someone said that to me. So I am going to be a millionaire. I'm not going to want to be a millionaire. I am going to be a multi-millionaire. 8-figure business. That's what I'm going for. I don't bloody play small, for God's sake. But he said that, and I think, God, I said this to my husband the other day. Where were we? Where were we on Saturday? Oh my God, I can't even remember. Oh, that was it. We were supposed to go to a gig and it got cancelled. And so anyway, we had a couple of people around. But I remember saying to him, and I was getting a drink, I was like, one day, babe, I wonder who's going to come out of the woodwork when we're actually millionaires. And he was like, oh yeah, there'll be loads of people. I think sometimes he still sort of says it for the benefit, not really saying it, but I do wonder how many people haven't really spoken to me and then I'll be like, oh yeah, or vid or whatever. Oh, it's so not. How's it going? How's business? Fucking brilliant, mate. Shut up. Go away. Love it. There's another friend in particular. I can't wait. And they're still my friend at the moment, but I can't wait to make it. I'm not holding on. I'm not like using that to drive me forward, but I can't wait as well. But I know the thing is when you've got all of these whys and you want to shove it up somebody's arse, you're successful, more successful than they thought you were going to be. You actually, in the back of your mind, are thinking, oh, maybe I've got it all wrong though. Maybe I'm not actually made for this. Maybe I do actually care what people think. And I think that is a massive process. Like when you actually you're still scared of not making it. I'll be honest, I was still feeling like this probably February, March. I've spoken about this dip I've had and I've lost my spark. But since I've come out of that spark, which was probably about 6 weeks, 2 months ago, maybe longer actually. Maybe it's longer than that. There's no part of me that doesn't doubt that I'm going to get my doubt is low and my self-belief is very high, rock solid warrior style. And there's not any part of me that ever questions that it's not going to work now. Like none of it. It's work because it is working. It is working. Love it. Oh my God, I love my business at the moment. I'm literally obsessed with it. But I do get those fears because we all have those fears, and those fears lead us into these false beliefs that you think, am I really the kind of person that can actually grow an online business? I was thinking this the other day because I've got to go to Texas in September in Austin in Texas, for my mastermind event, 2 days meeting with all of the amazing other business owners that are in my mastermind with Stu McLaren. If you don't know who Stu McLaren is, he's the king of memberships. And I am so dedicated to the Vivid Business Club. I've invested a lot of money in being around the people that are going to make the Vivid Business Club the best place in the world. It's already getting amazing. There's so much good stuff to come. I'm working on this resource at the moment for them. Oh my God, it's so good. Well, I need to trial it first, but it's just freaking amazing. And what was I saying about yes, going to Texas, and I had such imposter syndrome about it. And then I've done the facts of the Vivid Business Club. Vivid Business Club's retention rate and length of time people stay in it is basically, I think it's like the best in the mastermind, which is saying something because, well, if it's not, it's in the top 5, and I'm in a mastermind with people that run the biggest memberships in the world, and yeah, it's really up there. So I was like, it's like in comparison to other memberships, the stats are good, really, really good. So I was sitting there being an imposter, and then I'd know people are like, "Oh my God, those figures are amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah, they are, aren't they?" So I'm not feeling like an imposter anymore. But I did have to sort of alter the identity of I am the kind of business owner that travels to Austin, Texas, for a work event. I am that kind of business owner. I'm literally, by the time this goes out, I would have booked my flights and hotel. Like, I'm going. The end. Can't wait to tell you all about it when I'm back. But we have to remove that identity of, are we really that person that can grow a successful business? And, you know, the beauty of my story is that I've been where you are. Like, I've been there literally circling the apps on my phone. Done, you know, like you just round a corner, like go to that one, go to that one, go to that one. You've just opened that one, you close it, you open back up the one that you were doing. And I wasn't making as much money then. And it was real stress because when I'd first left working, I was earning loads of money. It was doing brilliantly. And then there was a dip because I was procrastinating because I just didn't understand procrastination. That's the thing. Like, I didn't understand why I was doing it and what the parts of procrastination, like what were the symptoms of procrastination. Like me feeling tired, hungry, twitchy, apps, making sure I'm checking on friends. Like, I've got a business to run. My friends are adults, but I used to do stuff like that all of the time. And it was even worse because no one was watching over me. No one was like, obviously, no one's, I mean, if you're in the Vivid Business Club, I'm watching. We've got accountability pods, and one of the members was like, I'm all right. I don't need to be in a pod at the moment because I know Claire is watching, and that's enough. And yeah, I'm always a member. I remember every member because I meet every member when everyone comes in, and I will just suddenly go, I haven't heard from her in a bit, so I message. But I think when you are working on your own, if you don't have somebody to check up on you and keep you accountable, you're gonna procrastinate more. Like no one's watching. That's why the online space in the Vivid Business Club is so good, because everyone is watching, not like in a pervy, like a weird way, not at all. But everyone's working, everyone's doing. So it's very. If I'm in the workspace and I pick my phone up, I think, oh, I'm picking my phone. That's not very good. I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm in the workspace. So I think it's very powerful, that kind of thing. But that's why it's harder for online business owners, because it's not as, if you're in a physical business, you have to turn up, open up. You probably got, you've got other things going on. But an online business, you can literally work from bed in your pajamas. So it is more difficult. You are more likely to procrastinate if you're running an online business. And the thing is, right, I didn't want to feel like that. I'd left a bloody good career. Like, I wasn't going to put this all down the toilet if I could help it. So I went back and I really studied what I already knew, which I mean by, we can learn a lot over time. And actually it gets sort of, because we're not implementing on a day-to-day basis, we might lose the thread of what we know. So I went back and I went through all of my master's degree, my teaching practices, how I was supporting students, went back to my time when I was managing supported housing, and like all of these things, read books, read research to high heaven. And these tools I'm going to teach in this masterclass are so good, because they're not only backed by science, but they're easy and speedy. And I get it, right? Like, I might have already said this in this episode, but it won't hurt me to say it again. I'm not here to make you feel more overwhelmed, more scattered, more frustrated, more overloaded, like you're time poor. I'm not here to put more on you. I know it's 25 minutes out of your week, but though these easy and speedy tasks are literally going to double your productivity. They're going to boost your confidence. They're going to boost your self-belief. You're going to become more efficient. You're going to become more focused. You're going to get to the end of your day feeling so powerful, because you are super efficient and you've accomplished something. You're going to get the dopamine. It's just going to be running through you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm swimming in dopamine. That kind of feeling is going to be so powerful. You can literally do anything. And like, you're going to get to that end of that 25 minutes again. I can actually do anything. I'm going to show you that it is possible. Easy and speedy tools. I'm going to set you up for 7 days with basically tweaking stuff that some of them take you 10 seconds. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. Easy and speedy. I don't bullshit, right? I'm so far away from bullshit. It is unbelievable. I am not bullshitting you. Think of me as the David Attenborough of procrastination tools. Does David Attenborough bullshit? No, he doesn't. Am I? No. Put me in that bucket of the non-bullshitters. Me and David Attenborough. Who else is good at not bullshitting? I was thinking like Mother Teresa. Somebody was saying to me, somebody told me that she had a private jet, Mother Teresa. And then somebody was like, no, that she can't have done. I need to research that. Anyway, tell me who are not the bullshitters, and I'm in that bucket. But the reason why I'm doing this and why it matters is because you deserve it. Why? It just winds me up so much that magical women like you are sitting there hiding behind your excuses, hiding behind an ADHD diagnosis, hiding behind these unfocused times. And by the way, as I say, hiding behind your ADHD diagnosis, you are not ADHD. You have ADHD. I like, don't let that label dictate your whole life. I know that it can be challenging, but I would say that I used to work with adults with Down syndrome, and I freaking hated it, or autistic, like people with autism. I freaking hate it when people say, oh, they are Down syndrome, they are autistic. No, No, they have Down syndrome. It's a syndrome. They have it, not they are it. They have autism. They're not it. It just winds me up. You wouldn't say to somebody, "Oh, hello, you're a broken leg," would you? No, you'd say you have a broken leg. Same difference. Winds me up. Don't let these labels dictate your whole life and your existence. Refuse to let it happen, because ADHD is there. It's a barrier. All right. You are on the back foot straight away. I know that. You've got every reason not to do it, but isn't that more of a reason to do it? Isn't that more of a reason to be successful? Like me, I've got every reason not to have a successful business. I've got every reason to become a drug addict and be on the streets, to be fair. Like evidence of it happening in my family. Like it is, I have every reason to not make this a success. Everything is against me. But I'm not having it. I'm not having it for me, for you, for everyone. So ADHD is just another thing. I could literally talk about the trauma that I've experienced and how it has changed my brain and made parts of my brain really toxic stress, not sleeping, health issues, blah, 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 all of that. And I just go, that's part of me. It's part of me and I love it. I love that it's part of my story. It's not my whole story. So when I say I don't want you to hide behind that ADHD diagnosis, I'm doing it because I freaking think you are magic and you are more than that. You are more than that diagnosis, and I'm going to teach you how. So that's why it matters. It matters for the fact that you've probably got children, and we need to show that we can get around things, we can figure things out, and we can still make our dreams possible, because I am here to support you, to help you, to teach you to reach your potential no matter what. The end. Anything you give to me of saying, well, this is why I can't do it, this is what's against me, I will 100% find a reason for it to still happen. That's why I've created this masterclass. Life is too short to play small, and life is too short to allow labels and barriers to stop you from fulfilling your dreams. There you go. That was a proper kick up the bum with a cuddle. I'm going to wrap up there because I can feel myself going off on one. I'm passionate about it. Can you tell? I'm so passionate. So you still have time to sign up. Sign up on the link on the show notes. 25 minutes tonight at 8 o'clock. If you can't make the live, you miss out on the free gift present. I think I might add an extra one in there. I'm thinking about it, if I can pull it out of the bag in time. But if not, you will have access to the replay for 48 hours. That's it. You don't get the free gift. Come along and feel the energy. Nothing is better than when it is live. It honestly, being live in a masterclass like that is going to be so good. It's the next best thing to being an in-person event. And I want to do this in person. I just love it. Oh, and if you don't get right now that getting over procrastination is your key to believing in yourself, then I'm shit at this because that's why I'm doing it. This is why I'm giving you this easy, speedy tools in order for you to move procrastination outside of your way. I messed that sentence up. Rewind. I'm giving you the easy and speedy tools to move procrastination out of your own way, to overcome that self-doubt, in order for you to truly believe in yourself, so that it allows you to grow that magically successful business, because you're going to be showing up, you're going to have more capacity, because organization and productivity is liberation. It frees you up. It is the ultimate freedom. I'm going to give you what you cannot buy: time. Once time is gone, it never comes back. And I am giving you the power of more time in your day with this masterclass. Hands down, probably the best thing you're going to do all year. Just sign up, my love. Just sign up. I'll see you on Monday. I'm just going to expect you to be there. Right, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe and follow. Go and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. Go and tell me what you think about this episode. Fill me in. What do you want to hear from me? What do you want to learn from this podcast? And I will deliver. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are. I'll speak to you soon.